Hi TUMNAD. In this video, we are going to be looking at what we call the introductory part of digestion and absorption. If this is your very first time to watch me, please make sure you like the video, comment down in the comment section, and then subscribe. Let's go ahead and get started. In this video, we are going to be looking at what we call digestion and absorption. We are going to be following these kind of the objectives. We shall look at what we call the definition, the detailed definition of digestion. We shall look at what we call the types of digestion, and even also what we call the digestive processes which are going to be happening within the digestive system. Okay, so now first thing first, we need to first understand what is digestion. We need to first understand the definition of digestion in great detail. Now, digestion is going to be a breakdown of ingested large complex food substance. That is something which is very important, that we are breaking something which you have ingested. You cannot break something you have not ingested. So now it is a breakdown of ingested large complex food substance into the simplest molecules, okay, that can be absorbed as nutrients. Okay, we are breaking something which is very large complex food substance into a simplest molecule that can be absorbed as nutrients. Now, once these nutrients have been absorbed, they can get absorbed into what we call the blood, and also some of them can get absorbed into what we call the lymphatics. We shall see what are those food nutrients that are going to be passing through what we call the lymphatics. Now, the whole purpose of all these nutrients is going to be for cellular growth, what we call production of energy, and also what we call the tissue repair, and also what we call the bone health. Okay, this is a detailed definition of what we call digestion. There are very many other definitions of digestion, but this one is the simplest possible definition of what we call digestion. Okay, so now here we are seeing this kind of the diagrammatic illustration. We are trying to show how digestive processes are going to be happening. We are converting these large complex food substance into this simplest unit. It's all that simple. Okay, when we talk of large complex food substance, we are meaning all these substances here, and then we say into the simplest molecules, we are meaning these kind of simplest unities after the breakdown of large food complex substance. It's all that simple. Okay, so now these ones here are going to be like, this is going to be the chicken piece. Okay, it's going to be the chicken piece, and this one is going to be what we call a piece of what we call the sweet potato, and even also it could be this one like the mangoes or the fruits generally. Okay, so now what's going to be happening is that these are the things which are having the large complex food substance. We want to turn it into the simplest molecules possible that the body can recognize as nutrients. Okay, and that is digestion in simple terms. Okay, so now having seen that, now when we talk of these substances, we need to first understand what are some of those kind of the nutrients that are going to be part of this kind of large complex food substance. You're going to be having a couple of the nutrients. You're going to be having what we call the proteins. You're going to be having what we call the carbohydrates. We shall have what we call the fats. We shall have what we call the water, and also what we call the mineral salts, like for example the iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and the other kind of the minerals. You should not forget you're also going to be having a lot of fibers within this kind of these food substances. Okay, the refuges, which are helps in what we call formation of the stool, which is of a fine and normal texture. Okay, so now these are the nutrients that we need to get from these large complex food substances. But our final kind of the substance which we want from these things is going to be this kind of these substances. For example, when you break down the proteins in this big substance, we need the final kind of the absorptive molecules, which we call the amino acids. Okay, so now the final molecules for proteins which we want are the amino acids. And then for the case of the carbohydrates, we want what we call the monosaccharides, like the glucose, the lactose, and then the fructose. And then from what we call the fats, we need what we call the fatty acids plus the glycerols. These are the substances that we need from what we call from these substances. But they are going to be processed in this kind of this tube-like structure, which is going to be running from the mouth down and what we call the small intestine. And this is going to be what we call the alimentary canal, portions of different parts of what we call the alimentary canal. So now this one here is which we're going to be having this kind of the teeth. This is going to be what we call the mouth. Okay, it's going to be what we call the mouth. And then this one here is going to be like a portion of what we call the stomach. Okay, what we call the stomach. And then also a last portion which we call the small intestine. Okay, the small intestine. So now these substances are going to be moving throughout these areas as the process of digestion is taking place. Okay, until we finally get this kind of the small kind of the molecules that are going to be moving from the small intestine, and they enter into what we call the blood. Okay, besides that entering into the blood, some of them can enter into what we call the lymphatics, which we call the lactate. So now, the process of movement of these substances into the blood, you know how we call this? This one here is what we call absorption. Okay, is what we call absorption. That's why we say that is digestion and absorption. We are moving these substances from the small intestine into what we call the blood. When they are moved into the blood, they will go into the liver, and then they are processed before they are released into what we call the systemic circulation, whereby they will go and now get taken up by the cells for what we call cellular growth, energy, tissue repair, and then bone health. So now that mechanism of cellular uptake of different types of the molecules or the different types of the nutrients, that is what we call assimilation. Okay, that is what we call assimilation. Okay, what we call assimilation. So now assimilation just means cellular nutrient uptake for energy and other kind of the processes. Okay, so now having seen that, let's go ahead and see the different types of digestion. There are mainly two types of the digestion. The first one is what we call mechanical digestion, and this mechanical digestion is going to be under by the help of what we call the teeth, what we call the muscles, and even also what we call the bile. These are the things that are going to be aiding what we call mechanical digestion. Now, when we say mechanical digestion happening in the mouth, this one is what we call mastication or the chewing process. Then in the stomach, we're going to be using what we call muscular contraction, okay? And that kind of mechanical digestion is what we call the churning process. And then in the small intestine, the mechanical digestion which is happening in the small intestine is going to be what we call the breakdown of large fat globule into the tiny droplets, which we call emulsification by the help of what we call the bile. And the significance of mechanical digestion is to increase the surface area for enzymatic activities. Okay, when you break something which is very large into tiny kind of the droplets, it becomes even easy for what we call enzyme activities. Okay, so now all that one makes a lot of sense. Now, the second type of what we call the digestion is what we call the chemical digestion. And what comes into your mind when you hear of chemical digestion is by the help of what we call enzymes. Okay, so now this chemical digestion is going to be occurring direct from the mouth up to what we call to the small intestine. However, chemical digestion of different kind of the molecules are going to be happening in different areas within what we call the digestive system. Okay. Now, we have said that a chemical digestion, we are going to be using enzymes. Okay, this is the primary protein that's going to be running the process of chemical digestion. Besides that, we also have what we call hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which is also going to be doing some little role of what we call a chemical digestion, mainly what we call denaturization of proteins, whereby we are going to be losing the three-dimensional structure of the protein, which is unfolding the protein, such that another kind of the enzyme can start breaking the peptide bond. By doing that, we are distorting the three-dimensional structure, which is a chemical process. Another kind of the function of the hydrochloric acid is going to be activating an enzyme which is called pepsin from what we call pepsinogen. So now when you activate pepsinogen into pepsin, you are starting the process of chemical digestion, which is going to be happening in the stomach. And the significance of chemical digestion is to make sure that substances are put into the final simplest kind of the molecule that can get absorbed into the bloodstream or even into what we call the lymphatic system. Now, we have some kind of the nutrients that gets absorbed into what we call the lymphatic system, especially what we call the fats. They get taken up into what we call the lymphatic system, mainly on what we call the lacteal. Okay, so now that one also makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now talking about little of what we call the digestive processes, which are going to be happening all away from this kind of large complex substance into this kind of these monomers. We're going to be having what we call ingestion, which is the uptake of these substances into the oral cavity. Okay, we shall have chemical and mechanical digestion happening in what we call the mouth. From there, they are going to be propelled into another chamber within the alimentary canal, which is going to be what we call the stomach. In the stomach, we shall also have chemical and then mechanical digestion happening there. Okay, from there, it will be pushed to what we call to the small intestine. From the small intestine, we shall have little of what we call mechanical digestion, but we shall have more and more of the final chemical digestion of different nutrients into their kind of the absorptive molecules. So now, in the small intestine, we shall have final chemical digestion, and then also we shall have absorption of these nutrients direct into the blood or even into what we call the lymphatics. However, not everything will be absorbed into the blood system. Some of the substances are going to be eliminated out of the digestive system as what we call as the fecal matter. Okay, so now that one also makes a lot of sense. So now let's just have a just quick recap of what we call digestion and what we call absorption. We have said that digestion is a breakdown of ingested large complex food substance into the simplest molecules that can be absorbed as nutrients into the blood or lymphatics for cellular growth, energy, tissue repair, and bone health. And when we talk of the bone health, we say that among the nutrients which are going to be in these substances is going to be calcium. So this calcium is super very important in strengthening what we call the bones. Okay, and then we have said that we are breaking these large complex food substances into their final absorptive kind of the molecules. This process is going to be happening within what we call the different parts of what we call the alimentary canal. We said that we have two types of digestion, whereby you have what we call mechanical digestion. Of course, in the mouth, it's going to be mastication. In the stomach, it will be churning. And then in the intestine, it's going to be emulsification of fats. And of course, the significance of mechanical digestion is to increase the surface area for enzymatic activity. We said that we also have what we call chemical digestion, which occurs in the mouth, small intestine, and even also what we call the stomach. And then we said that chemical digestion is going to be by the influence of enzymes and even also what we call hydrochloric acid, which activates what we call a pepsinogen into pepsin, which is a proteolytic enzyme. Besides that, hydrochloric acid can do what we call the naturalization of the proteins, whereby the three-dimensional structure of the protein is going to be lost, whereby the peptide bonds will be exposed for chopping up what we call the pepsin enzyme. Okay, and we have said that the significance of chemical digestion is to turn these kind of the molecules into their simplest kind of the molecules which can be absorbed into the bloodstream. And we have said that the movement of these kind of the substances into the blood, okay, from the intestines into the blood is what we call absorption. Okay, however, not everything are going to be absorbed from the small intestine. We have some few substances that can get absorbed in what we call the stomach, like alcohol, some other drugs, they can get absorbed into the stomach. So now, in other words, when you say absorption, let's say that anything that's going to be moving from the alimentary canal into the blood system, let's take it to be what we call the absorption process. However, we also have what we call assimilation process. Now, when we talk of assimilation process, this is the movement of nutrients into the cells for the process of cellular growth, energy, tissue repair, and even also what we call bone health. That is assimilation. But absorption is movement of substances from the digestive tract into the blood system or even what we call the lactate. Okay? So TUMNAD, we have talked a lot of things, and if you think whatever I've talked is making sense, is adding to you, are benefiting, please, you can support me, and that one can be done by a couple of means. You hit the like button, comment down in the comment section, and then subscribe. In the next video, we are now going to be progressing into the chemical digestion and absorption of independent nutrients. We shall focus on carbohydrates, proteins, and then the fats. TUMNAD, as always, until we meet next time.